So hi everyone, in this video I will show you how I made a DIY Ferris wheel watch stand like this. And I will also show you, because it's an easy and not too complicated project, I will also show you how to design some basic 3D parts in Onshape and also how to slice them, then get to an SD card and finally print it. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Let's start. So this is my DIY Ferris wheel watch stand. As you can see, I have two main stands. One shaft that is directly connected to the motor, and also I have one Ferris wheel. I made it so that it's tight, and if you move this around, the shaft will also move around either. There are of course some problems with this project, but it was just made for fun. And you can also see some other Ferris wheel designs that I made that didn't work. And finally, for last design, I made it so that I can put the bracelet of my watch in like this here. And electrically it's pretty simple. You just connect plus and minus side to the motor. And it just works. If you want to change, by changing the voltage, you can adjust the speed of the watches. And if you don't like the rotation, if you want the rotation other side, as it's common in a DC motor, you can just change the minus and positive side of the motor so it can spin around in another side. And let's move on with Onshape and how to design simple 3D parts. So hi, now in Onshape you can see that in order to open a folder you need to go create and folder. Once you name your folder and go inside, you can select create and document as well. After you created a document, in order to design a part you need a sketch. Sketch means that, let's go isometric here, you can change the type here. We have front, right and top planes, and you go sketch and select one of these to create a sketch, as you can see like that. I have already made my part. This is the main stand of my DIY Ferris wheel watch stand. As we go in sketch 1, you can see my design here. I made these parts like this so that it's I can spare some filaments and it looks a little bit more light, more better, and also more lighter as well. So if we go in sketch 2, I have some different kind of things. It's more advanced, but it's in order to put points so that I can make holes. When you go extrude 1, you can see extrude means I am making this 2D sketch 3D. As you can see like this. It depends on the face of sketch that you choose, but if you make like this whole some closed sketches as well, you can see this side stays clear. And in sketch 2 you can see we didn't have this part. In extrude 2 you can see that I have another sketch that I made here, so I can play with that as well so that I can make it bigger. And you can see that the sketch 2 that I make is here, and I use this for holes. In order to create a hole you need a point that I have, as you can see right here, and also here, here and here. How you can make a hole? You come here on hole and click a point. After you click it you can make a hole like I did, and you can also change the settings of your hole as well. You can make it counter bore, counter 6, simple or other stuff. So this was the main stand. Now we go in watch stand, Ferris wheel. So you can see that we have another thing called fillet here that I will show later. So we have our sketch 1, the main sketch that we have, and for sketch 2 we have, as you can see, another part. So you can see that, let's go isometric. So I made my sketch in top, but when I want to cut something like this under, so from top view to under view, I need a different sketch. So I made it front so that I can make a hole around here. And I have sketch 3 as well, which I have different kinds of things like from here to here. So let's go extrude 1 and see what we have. So extrude 1, you can see I make my whole watch stand, but as you can see there is no holes in here. By extrude 2, you can see that I have this part here, here, and here, here. I designed different kinds of things for, like, here another hole and here another kind of hole. So this sketch 2 and sketch 3 is a little bit different. And the point is, there is in extrude new, add, remove, and intersect. Because I want to delete some part of extrusion that I have, I choose remove. And in extrude 3 you can see these parts as well. Now we have fillet. This is something that we didn't see at first. Fillet means that, as you can see, this part I made here. As you can see, when I go from there, I made the edges roundish. So it means that it's not like other things, like it's a little bit better design, as well as that it doesn't hurt the bracelet of a watch. So that you can see that here I made this, like for example when I click here, you can see it became round. Let's go back so that everything stays same, and we go at our shaft. First, a shaft seems pretty simple, right? But it's not, because I have something here as well. Let's go our sketch. Our sketch is pretty simple. It's just a round that we made an extrusion, so it goes larger. We can use this 150 meter as 15 centimeter of a shaft. Then we have a sketch 2. In sketch 2, as you can see, I have a hole. So in extrude 2 you can see I clicked remove and I made a hole inside my shaft. Why? Because I want to make my motor shaft with this shaft stick, so I can use some glue or something other to hold it tight. And also I used a hole to here, as you can see. But this hole, it stays like there isn't a whole other side, it's just one-sided. And also in part 4 it's just a simple thing, so that there is another thing called revolve, which I won't get in this video. Now you made all of your parts, but you want to print them. How you can do that? First you come here, you click parts, then you click export. Then you can see that we have an STL file. So you can choose STL because most of the printers use that. You name it main stand 1. Then you click export. As you can see, it will download on your computer as well. So now we are in our Creality slicer. You might think that I missed a step, but what I just did is I grab and put the file that I downloaded from Onshape in Creality slicer. So you can see our shape here. So there are some different options here that I will show you as well. First you click on it, and first thing is you can move this around. Second one, you can scale it. Yeah, it's like 100%. You can scale it bigger, smaller, or something like this. This one is helper. I am using in Turkish because I speak Turkish. But it means that you keep the same scale levels. Like when I put this 150, the others ones will be 152. So if you want to make some part bigger and all of the parts bigger, you can use that too. So then there is turn. You can turn your object. Then there is some others that I actually don't use that much. And we come here. So you select here your printer, then your PLA, which filament you use or something like that, then also the nozzle diameter. Then you can change and put your quality levels. For example, I used for my last print 0.28, but when you make it 0.2, it means that the quality of the 3D print will be much higher, but it means also much time. Also you can change this as well. It means the inside frame, how much you will have. And I have support open, but I don't have this how can I say, the glue on the bed. And there are some specific other things that you can use that here as well. After you made your parts, you came here and click slice, and it means that it's for me it says 8 hours and 1 minute. It will take 65 grams of filament. And when I click this too, I can also see how the shape of my print will be made. From here you can see that it's actually good for seeing the supports. As you can see here, when you go there, you can see it made a support line so that you can remove this as well. And with this you can see how your 3D print will work. For example, when you go with this level, you can see 3D print will be done at this way. After this, you click here and click save as Creality formats. So it will open and you will download it. After you download it, you put this file that you get from Creative Slicer on your SD card. And let's move on to the last step. I opened my 3D printer and I am doing bed leveling. It means that, as you can see, it clicks here and levels the plates and also the nozzle as well. So if you use this before every print, it will give you a much higher precision by printing. As you can see, before I print, I am waiting for this to end. It will come last time in the middle and it will make this once again. This is a really good thing about Creality Ender 3D Neo. It was the first time that I'm using a 3D printer and I just get 1 or 2 times a bad result. After that, like every time it was like perfect. Now as you can see, I have my SD card and an SD card slot here. I click it inside, then I came here. As you can see, I go print, I click my wheel, and a really nice thing, as you can see, if you use Creality Slicer, you can see the object that you are printing. So if you have like different types of things and you don't know how you named it, you can see that. For example, I am not doing main stand, I am doing here, I have my wheel in my SD card. So you can cancel or confirm it to print. Because I have already do it, I will click cancel. And you can see that I canceled it. So this is that easy to use and print objects in a 3D printer.